The Addams Family reboot on Netflix, which was partly directed by Tim Burton, is a huge success. Only Squid Games and Stranger Things 4 have amassed more streaming hours on Netflix than this young adult series. Teen icon Jenna Ortega's now viral dance to the Cramps' 1981 rendition of Goo Goo Muck brought gothic subculture back to life from Gen Z. Wednesday is a coming-of-age comedy with supernatural elements and a murder mystery. Ortega, who is now the most happening girl, portrays the adorably sinister femme fatale we all know and love. Wednesday is the school's most appealing girl and the underdog outcast, but what is it about this character that makes her so compelling? Join us as we analyze Wednesday's personality traits and motivations to uncover the mystery behind this beloved character. So sit back, grab your favorite poison, and let's dive deep into the psyche of Wednesday Addams. The Addams Family is a well-known pop culture family distinguished by its all-black wardrobe, spooky theme tune, and macabre sense of humor. Wednesday, a Netflix series centered on Morticia and Gomez's daughter Wednesday Addams, is the most recent Addams Family installment. As Wednesday has experienced so much different depictions of her show, different aspects of her age and personality. Charles Addams, a cartoonist, created the fictitious character Wednesday Addams in 1938. She initially appeared as just an Addams Family member in the New Yorker magazine. Her preoccupation with beheading dolls, which would remain her signature characteristic, is practically every subsequent iteration was crucial to who she was. From a 19th century nursery rhyme that states, "Wednesday's child is full of woe," Charles Addams gave her the name Wednesday in the 1960s. Wednesday is Pugsley Addams' sister and the child of Gomez and Morticia Addams. She is renowned for having a melancholy disposition, being fascinated with death and other grim topics like growing spiders and experimenting with poisons. The majority of Wednesday's experiments are carried out on her brother Pugsley Addams, either for fun or as punishment. The distinguishing features of her are her pale skin and long, darkly braided pigtails. She seldom expresses her feelings, but she is often angry. She frequently wears a forward gaze with emotionless eyes, and rarely smiles. Wednesday often dons a white-collared black dress, black stockings, and black shoes. Her appearance is eerie and alluring, making her a mainstay of gothic clothing and Halloween costumes. Since she was born on Friday the 13th, her middle name in the TV series and the Netflix series both remain Friday. Wednesday is presented as a smart, independent heroine who is strongly devoted to her family despite her menacing appearance. Pugsley's concern for Wednesday has been shown despite Wednesday's frequent hostility and several attempts to murder Pugsley. Throughout the years, she has been featured in several Addams Family adaptations, including TV episodes, movies, and animated series, and she has grown to become a cultural figure in her own right. She wasn't presented to a larger public, however, until 1964, when The Addams Family, a television series, made her a cultural figure. In the 1964 television series The Addams Family, Lisa Loring portrayed Wednesday Addams in the first on-screen and live-action portrayal of the character. There were just 2 seasons of the comedy. The image of Wednesday Addams as a young woman was one of a depressed, cruel, and heartless child. While her main passion is breeding spiders, she's also a dancer and acts as a counterbalance to her parents' and brother's eccentricities. In the first episode of the television show, she is described as a 6-year-old. Her Marie Antoinette doll, which her brother guillotines at her request, is Wednesday's favorite toy. She also writes poetry for her beloved pet spider, Homer, and paints drawings, including one of the trees with human heads. Wednesday seems to be strong enough to use a judo grip to pull her father to the ground. She adores being sad and is preoccupied with death and the macabre, yet she is also cheerful, often grins and dances, and has a minor dislike for suffering. The next appearance for Wednesday and the rest of the family was in the new Scooby-Doo movie in 1972. The Addams Family animated series from 1973 kept the tradition of Wednesday wearing a pink frock, although she still adored her pet spider and beheaded her dolls. Wednesday's personality developed and took on additional dimensions in later versions, including The Addams Family in 1991 and its sequel, as well as The Addams Family Values in 1993. This was the most well-known depiction of Wednesday Addams before Jenna Ortega. Christina Ricci may have depicted the legendary family in the majority of people's minds. She remained menacing and moody, yet she sometimes displayed tenderness, sympathy, and a more sardonic tone. She is portrayed in the 1991 movie in a darker light. She has cruel tendencies and a gloomy disposition. It's also revealed that she has a keen interest in the Bermuda Triangle, which has persisted throughout the adaptations, as well as adoration for her great-aunt Calpurnia Addams, who was burnt at the stake in 1706 for witchcraft. In the 1993 follow-up, Wednesday was getting close to adulthood and had a more prominent role. She was much eviler. She attempted to guillotine her little brother, Pugsley, and buried a live kitten. Wednesday and Pugsley are taken to summer camp when Wednesday learns that her new nanny is a serial murderer who intends to kill her adored Uncle Fester. By being herself at camp, Wednesday upsets the balance and causes mayhem for her other campers. Even though she was fantastic in the Addams Family, Wednesday became a pop cultural phenomenon that is as cunning as she is funny because of Richie's portrayal of the character in the Addams Family Values. She was presented in the movies as a strong, independent young lady who questioned cultural standards and gender stereotypes. In the current Netflix series, Wednesday, played by Puerto Rican Mexican actress Jenna Ortega, has the desire to become a detective. In Nevermore Academy, a boarding school for misfits, the adolescent Wednesday Addams finds herself at the center of a murder investigation. She still has the snarky, sharp-tongued outsider persona like Christina Ricci, but she still has a vulnerable side. She adores her father, Thing, and Uncle Fester, and loves her mother. She's loyal to her family and fiercely guards her brother. We first encounter her when she decides to practice throwing live piranhas into the pool after learning that the Normies water polo team had bullied her brother. She's expelled for the prank's attempted murder and ends up in her parents' former school, Nevermore. She's also quite fascinated with literature and advocating for fellow outcasts, and she has an interest in writing novels, specifically gothic mysteries. Other than writing, some of Wednesday's other hobbies are playing the cello and fencing. She also knows German and Latin. It's mentioned that Wednesday is allergic to any color other than black, white, or gray. She retains her mostly emotionless nature, but opens up during the course of the series. Having a best friend, the colorful werewolf Enid. Having a love interest, showing her care for her brother more explicitly. Wednesday in the series has psychic abilities. She can see important things about a person's past or future through touch. Because of her abilities, Wednesday is a raven as her visions typically are negative, which causes her to estrange herself from the others, thinking she cannot trust them, though she learns to trust over the course of the series. Her mother, who has similar abilities, tells Wednesday that their psychic visions are based on their own attitude, and calls herself a dove, as her visions are usually positive compared to Wednesday's visions. In recent adaptations, she has become more rebellious and independent, challenging traditional gender roles and societal expectations. This has made her a role model for young girls who value individuality and self-expression. She's not afraid to speak her mind, even if it goes against what others think, and she values individuality and nonconformity. It also adds a bit of a political streak to the recent adaptation of Wednesday. Another defining trait of Wednesday's personality is her intelligence. Her witty and sarcastic sense of humor is the major kicker. Wednesday is known for her dry and cutting remarks, which often bring a touch of dark humor to otherwise serious situations. For example, in the 1993 film Addams Family Values, in response to a summer camp counselor's suggestion that she try wearing brighter clothes, Wednesday, portrayed by majestic Christina Ricci, said, "I'll stop wearing black when they invent an even darker color." Or in the 2002 Wednesday series, Wednesday Addams, played by the impeccable Jenna Ortega, said, "I know I'm stubborn, single-minded, and obsessive, but those are all traits of great writers. Yes, and serial killers." Her humor is often directed towards societal norms and conventions, which makes her a relatable and inspiring character for those who feel like outsiders. Also, she is a quiet, loyal, honest, creative, and open-minded girl. But don't get impressed when she's got an equal share of shaded parts in her too, such as pessimism, morbid fascination, stubbornness, manipulative nature, disdain for authority, and lack of empathy. But we know you're even more impressed now, aren't you? But what makes her, especially the 2022 Wednesday series, so appealing? The enchanting depiction of Goth Emily by Jenna Ortega in Paris is a classic example of a Byronic hero. Heathcliff by Emily Bronte Wuthering Heights serves as the model for Wednesday. She's a smart, depressed, condescending type who is dangerously gifted with alluring features and burdened by the effects of previous tragedy. Fans argue about whether Wednesday's antisocial traits are coded autism symptoms and how socially inappropriate conduct is excused by Wednesday's ideal bone structure. While the aim is fiction, who wouldn't want to be Wednesday Addams in a perfect world where her witty remarks and lack of concern for other people's opinions made her invincible to bullies and the protector of fellow misfits? Ortega's razor-sharp humor makes her the ideal choice for the classic role, and this new Wednesday shows how ageless the character is. If the program is given a second chance, we can't wait to watch what she accomplishes. Now we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Wednesday Addams? Do you agree with our analysis? Are there any other aspects of her character that you think we missed? Let us know in the comments below, and if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more character analysis and other great content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.